Good morning, I'm Paolo del Rosario. Welcome to WeatherHQ. Today's headlines. Our breaking news first. Mary Jane Veloso, the Filipina convicted of drug trafficking in Indonesia, is now at the Correctional Institute for Women in Mandaluyong City, following her arrival in the country early this morning. Our Francis Falve will give us the latest. Pag-asa says Tropical Depression Querubin has maintained its strength over the waters east of Mindanao, with signal number 1 up in Davao Oriental. And the deadline for the mandatory evacuation of residents in Mount Kanlaon's permanent danger zone has lapsed. We'll have the Office of Civil Defense Task Force Kanlaon Chair Raul de Guzman later in the show for the updates. Now, before our weather, breaking news first. Mary Jane Veloso, the Filipina convicted of drug trafficking in Indonesia, is now at the Correctional Institute for Women in Mandaluyong City, following her arrival in the country early this morning. Our Francis Falve gives us the latest. Kiko.
Yes, Paolo, there's an ongoing press conference today here at the CIW. This is headed by Honorable Raul Vasquez. He's the USEC of DOJ. With him also is Honorable Mico Clavano and ASEC Eliseo, the DC Cruz of DOJ as well. And they are joined in the press con by NBI Assistant Director Honorable Noel Bacaling and the Director General of the Bucor, who is General Gregorio Catapang Jr. Earlier, on the start of the press con, Honorable Raul Vasquez told us that Mary Jane has been vomiting before her departure from Indonesia. But when the doctors checked her here, she feels a lot better. So right now, Paolo, they're having a time. Mary Jane is having a time with her family. We saw her run when she saw her mom and her siblings, and they offered flowers for her. And they were now confined in a room, and the DOJ and the Bucor is giving them an ample time to bond and because they have been waiting for this moment for almost 15 years. And after that, Mary Jane will continue with her protocols here at the Bucor. They will get her fingerprints and also her mugshots before she will be deployed to her room. This facility, or this room, used to be the room where Cassandra Leong occupied when she was detained here after her issue with the Congress. And now Mary Jane will be using this same room. After that, she will be staying there for 5 days of quarantine. This will be strictly with no visitors. And then after that, she will still committed here for another 55 days. And according to Bucor, she will be given time to accept visitors by that time. And they are also waiting for the president if he will grant the pardon that the family is requesting for him, because they said even though Mary Jane has been convicted in Indonesia, that she is not guilty of this crime, when drug-related crime that she had in Indonesia. And later today, we will give you more updates as the press con is still ongoing. Paolo?
Thank you very much for that report. That was Kiko Falve. You can go back to the press conference to get us more from that. That is Kiko Falve reporting from Mandaluyong City. Now, after a month of no tropical cyclones, a low-pressure area east of Davao del Norte has developed into a tropical depression at 2 p.m. yesterday and was given its local name, Querubin. At 4 a.m. today, Tropical Depression Querubin maintained its strength and was last spotted 205 kilometers east of Tagum City in Davao del Norte. It has maximum sustained winds of 45 kph near the center and gustiness of up to 55 kph. It moves in a northeastward direction at the speed of 10 kph. Now, based on Pag-asa's latest track, Querubin will move northward over the waters east of Mindanao within the next 24 hours and is expected to become a remnant low-pressure area. Tomorrow until Sunday, the remnant low-pressure area of Querubin will traverse Mindanao, Sulusi, and Palawan. Due to the weak nature of its circulation, the track forecast of Querubin may still shift within the limit of forecast confidence cone. Once it reaches the West Philippine Sea, it may gain its strength and again redevelop into a tropical depression. As we mentioned a while ago, Pag-asa raised signal number 1 in Davao Oriental. Residents in Davao Oriental should prepare for strong winds of up to 61 kph, posing a minimal to minor threat to life and property. Heavy rainfall, coastal inundation, and gale hazards are the other hazards associated with Tropical Depression Querubin, and these may further cause flooding and landslides. Now, persons living in Davao Oriental should prepare for these hazards and are advised to follow evacuation and other instructions from local officials. Now, let's take a look at the satellite imagery here. Querubin will bring rain with gusty winds over Davao Oriental right down here. Residents should prepare for possible flash floods or landslides due to moderate to at times intense rains. Now, it will also bring cloudy skies and scattered rains and thunderstorms in the eastern Visayas, Caraga, and the rest of the Davao region. Now, the trough of TD Querubin will also bring cloudy skies and scattered rains and thunderstorms to the rest of Visayas and in Mindanao. Now, the shear line, which we see over here, is another active weather system that we're monitoring that will bring cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms over the Bicol region and in Quezon. Now, due to the northeast monsoon, which is another weather system we are now monitoring, residents in Cagayan Valley, Cordillera Administrative Region, and Aurora will experience cloudy skies with rains. It will also bring partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated light rains over here in Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon. Now, let's see if any of these weather systems are affecting our sea conditions. As for the sea conditions, no gale warning is up, but moderate to rough sea conditions are anticipated in the northern and eastern regions of the country, as well as the western section and of northern Luzon. Now, it is advisable to remain vigilant and prioritize your safety during this time. Now, tomorrow, December 19, you can see heavy to intense rains that will continue in Sorsogon, Northern Samar, Eastern Samar, Biliran, Leyte, Southern Leyte, Dinagat Islands, and Surigao del Norte. And moderate to heavy rains will continue in Quezon, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Albay, Catanduanes, Masbate, Romblon, Aklan, Capiz, Negros Occidental, Cebu, Bohol, Camiguin, Agusan del Norte, Agusan del Sur, and Surigao del Sur. On Friday, December 20, you can expect heavy to intense rains in Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon, Northern Samar, Eastern Samar, Biliran, Leyte, and Southern Leyte. And moderate to heavy rains are expected to continue in Quezon, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Masbate, Oriental Mindoro, Marinduque, Romblon, Aklan, Antique, Capiz, Iloilo, Guimaras, Negros Occidental, Negros Oriental, Siquijor, Cebu, Bohol, Zamboanga del Norte, Misamis Occidental, Misamis Oriental, Camiguin, Agusan del Norte, Dinagat Islands, and Surigao del Norte. Now, stay vigilant because widespread incidents of flooding and landslides are possible in these areas. Now, to know more about the updates on Tropical Depression Querubin and the weather for the entire week, we have with us on the phone Pag-asa Weather Specialist Veronica Torres. Magandang umaga, Veronica.
Magandang umaga din po sa inyo, Sir Paulo, pati na rin po sa ating mga taga-subaybay.
Veronica, what is the latest update on Tropical Depression Querubin? Will it weaken as expected? And of course, until when will it stay dito sa PAR?
Apo, so nakikita nga po natin na posible na nga po mag-weekend itong si Querubin at posible kung hindi within the day and by tomorrow, pwede itong maging isang remnant low na lang. Pero kahit na humina ito at maging isang low pressure area, kailangan pa rin mag-ingat dahil magiging maulan pa rin sa Visayas and Mindanao area. May mga weather advisory din tayo nilalabas kung saan mayroong mga malalakas na mga pag-ulan. Dapat pa rin nating bantayan yung mga lugar, lalo na yung mga malapit sa Mount Kanlaon, sa mga bantarin ng mga lahar.
Alam mo, since sinabi nga natin it is only signal number 1, some people siguro nare-relax ang konti because it is a relatively weak tropical cyclone. Pero anong mga possible hazards that Querubin can still cause to residents under signal number 1?
Opo, pag signal kasi more on lakas lang to ng hangin. So dahil tropical depression pa lang itong si Querubin, hindi ganun kalakas yung hangin na nadadala niya. Pero may mga malalakas na mga pag-ulan tayong inaasahan. Ngayong araw nga, posible yung heavy to intense na mga pag-ulan sa iba't ibang bahagi rin ng lugar din natin. Mostly yan sa mga parts ng Luzon and also yung mga more on sa mga Northern Samar, Eastern Samar, pati Dinagat Island, Surigao del Norte, Surigao del Sur, mga moderate or heavy to intense na mga pag-ulan, and then moderate to heavy rains ngayon sa Quezon, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon, Masbate, Samar, Biliran, sa may Leyte, Southern Leyte, Cebu, Bohol, Agusan del Norte, Misamis Oriental, Agusan del Sur, Davao de Oro, Davao del Norte at Davao Oriental. Hindi lang naman din kasi itong bagyo yung kailangan nating bantayan. Yung shear line din na minsan kasi kapag may bagyo kahit mahina, kung dumidikit or lumalapit itong shear line sa bagyo, nagkukos din ito ng mga malalakas na mga pag-ulan. Kaya kahit signal number 1 lang, hindi tayo pwedeng mapakampante dahil meron pa rin tayong weather advisory.
Well, na-mention yung shear line, and of course the northeast monsoons also affecting the country. But of course, some people are still wondering and worried that there could be another tropical cyclone heading towards us at the end of the year. Is that something that's a possibility after Querubin?
For now, not ruled out naman yung possibility na yun, lalo na't may 2 weeks pa tayo for December. So, based din sa assessment ng ating mga climatologists, 1 or 2 yung pwede this month. Although, for now, maliban kay Querubin, wala naman na tayong namomonitor. As soon as may makita tayo, maglalabas agad tayo sa ating social media account.
Well, let's hope that that will be the case. Maraming salamat, as Veronica Torres, weather specialist from Pag-asa. Thank you very much for the update.
Thank you.
When we return, we'll have the Office of Civil Defense for the latest on the evacuation of residents near Mount Kanlaon. Stay tuned. You're watching WeatherHQ.
This is The Scorecard,
where you score the latest sports news.
and in-depth views. I'm Anton Rojas.
I'm Erica Christensen.
Get ready. Be prepared. Get to the latest stories, updates, and reports about what's happening in the world of sports. Hosted by Anton Rojas, Erica Christensen.
Where sports is our business and business is our sport.
The Scorecard, 9:30 p.m. on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Magandang araw, Pilipinas!
Sa bawat issue may iba't ibang anggulo. Sa bawat storya may iba't ibang kwento.
Himayin natin ang bawat sulok at bawat kanto mula sa iba't ibang perspektibo na madaling maintindihan ng karaniwang mamamayan.
Every Saturday na mga magdanda to 11:30 a.m. Kaya huwag kayong papahuli mga kababayan. Manatiling may pakialam sa mga issue sa ating bansa kung kaya samahan niyo kami. Dito lang sa Cuatro Cantos!
Your newest source of news and information.
That's it?
Follows you everywhere, every day.
Wow.
Oh man.
On cable and free TV. Online.
He joins us from the Batasang Pamarisang.
On mobile.
Simulan na natin ang agenda. No privacy.
This is BNC, and we are everywhere.
Welcome back. You're still watching WeatherHQ. I'm Paolo del Rosario. The deadline for the supposed mandatory evacuation for all those living within the permanent danger zone in Mount Kanlaon has lapsed. Let's get an update from the Office of Civil Defense Director in Western Visayas and Task Force Kanlaon, Chairman Raul Fernandez. Magandang umaga po. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hi, magandang umaga po, Sir Paolo.
So Raul, has the task force completely evacuated all the residents in the permanent danger zone? We know that we have already passed yung deadline po for the evacuation.
Yeah, if you're going to base the figure on the report from the ILG, we have already achieved a 99.17% evacuation rate. So generally speaking, the evacuation of residents inside the 6-kilometer extended danger zone is already complete. However, we have just noted some discrepancy, a minor discrepancy, in the DILG submitted data with that of the SWD, which is why they're going to have a reconciliation meeting today to iron out the figures. So if we're going to base the number on the DILG report, a total of 5,772 families or 18,475 persons have already been evacuated.
Sir, how many evacuation centers are now being used? And of course, yung capacity nila, are they big enough to actually hold all of the evacuees?
Right now, we have 29 evacuation centers in Negros Island. In addition to that, we currently have 10 family tents set up in La Carlota City. Yes, we are foreseeing the evacuees will have to stay for at least until after the New Year, considering that FIBOC will take at least 21 days since the eruption to ascertain whether or not to de-escalate the alert status.
Sir, are there any protocols or passes for the residents who would temporarily need to return to their homes to check on their properties habang active po ang Mount Kanlaon?
Yes, Paolo. While we need to ensure the safety of residents, we cannot discount the fact that most of their livelihood were left behind. So that is why the LGUs issue the camp pass for designated members of families, usually mga head of families, who will return and feed the animals or take care of farm chores. We're giving them a window period of to conduct this activity between 6 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Sir, you mentioned that may possibilidad that they will stay there until after the holiday period. When it comes to the supplies, when it comes to all of yung mga necessities nila po, how well stocked are the evacuation centers? Are there any shortcomings with regard to the relief efforts within the evacuation centers themselves?
Yeah, as of now, all their needs are provided for and more. There are food and non-food essentials, not only from the government, but also from kind-hearted individuals, from private organizations. However, as we foresee that the evacuation is going to last, we appeal for help from kind-hearted groups and individuals. And the evacuation centers need more diverse food choices, recreation and education materials for kids, and even milk for kids. Na pwede pagkabalahan ng mga or any other activities na pwede pong pagkabalahan ng ating mga evacuees.
So Raul, ano po ang assessment ng Mount Kanlaon ngayon? Is there still an imminent threat for eruption at this time?
Based on the assessment of FIBOC, there's still a huge possibility of an explosive eruption anytime. This is based, Paolo, on the volcanic activities that is still ongoing, including constant degassing and volcanic earthquakes.
Sir, you mentioned a while ago that you're still hoping for more kind individuals to increasing variety ng pagkain dun sa mga evacuation centers, for help for educational materials for the children, even milk and other supplies. For those who want to reach out and actually provide and help provide the relief to those in the evacuation centers during this time, how could they reach out to you?
They can just connect with our DSWD. They're the right agency to distribute food and non-food items.
Right, sir. And of course, a final advice to the public, especially those affected by Mount Kanlaon.
Yes, Paulo. With an LPA expected to bring heavy rains in the coming days, population at risk are strongly advised to stay updated and keep on monitoring official weather updates from Pag-asa and alerts from the LGU. You should know their nearest evacuation center and be ready to move in advice. And stay away from river channels, streams, and areas identified as lahar-prone areas. So your safety is our top priority. Let's stay vigilant and prepared.
Sir, last question before we let you go. You mentioned yung LPA po, that is actually something that you have to consider as well. Has that affected yung preparations po ninyo with regard to the relief efforts sa Kanlaon?
Yes, of course. Right now, we are planning to also to expand the extended danger zone from 6 kilometers to 10. And we're also planning to move the evacuation centers that are still within that range from 6 to 10 to at least outside of the 14 kilometer radius.
Is this in response po to the LPA?
Yes po, apa.
All right, thank you very much. That was OCD Western Visayas Director and Task Force Kanlaon Chair, Raul Fernandez. Stay safe po. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat, Paulo. God bless po. Mabuhay kayo.
Global weather is up next. Keep it here. You're still watching BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Good morning, I'm Mikey Oreta, and you're watching Basis Points, where we dive deep into the numbers and the stories that drive our economy and shape our world.
Stay ahead of the curve with the latest on financial dynamics.
The Philippines' trade deficit hits its highest level in over 2 years. The Philippine stock market continues to plummet. The Philippine Economic Zone Authority is on track.
Join us as we delve into the evolving economic landscape. Mikey Oreta, Basis Points, 9:30 a.m. Only on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
The latest news, national issues, the political scene, and conversations with prominent personalities. All these firsthand at the forefront.
Is still continuing with hearings on the EJ.
But we can recommend the filing of cases with the proper offices or agencies.
It is always victimizing the poor, so we will continue to go against corruption in the budget.
At the forefront with attorney Karen Jimeno, 8 a.m.
Welcome back. This is WeatherHQ. Now let's take a look at the weather in various continents. Let's go first to Asia, where Okinawa is experiencing a mix of cloudy skies interspersed with patches of sunshine, with temperatures hovering around a pleasant 20 degrees Celsius. Now, in contrast, the weather in Shanghai is predominantly sunny as we take a look at the other areas over in Asia. Now, back to Shanghai, it will provide a bright and cheerful atmosphere with the temperature at a cooler 8 degrees Celsius. Similarly, Busan is enjoying clear skies with chillier temperatures of around 6 degrees Celsius, making it a brisk day over there. Now, in Phnom Penh, on the other hand, it is basking in warm sunshine with temperatures soaring to a hot 31 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, in New Delhi is dealing with a combination of pollution and overcast conditions, resulting in cloudy skies and an expected temperature of 24 degrees Celsius, contributing to a rather dull atmosphere. Of course, put on your face mask if you are in that area. Now, let's go on first to the land down under, Australia. In Bunbury, Darwin, Canberra, and Brisbane, residents can anticipate overcast conditions accompanied by intermittent rain showers all throughout the day. Now, temperatures in Canberra is expected to rise up to around 27 degrees Celsius, while in Bunbury, you can expect around 29 degrees Celsius. It's a bit hotter there. Remember, it is summertime over in Australia, so you are seeing hotter temperatures all throughout. Brisbane is actually one of the cooler ones out there with 30 degrees Celsius, and Darwin is also forecast to reach a whopping 35 degrees Celsius. Now, in Yulara, partly cloudy skies with scorching temperatures reaching up to 37 degrees Celsius. So that's cloudy weather, and yet still 37 degrees Celsius. So if you're in that area, make sure you put on that sunblock. Now, over in Africa, in the regions of Maradi and Kano, we can anticipate pleasant sunny weather with temperatures reaching around 26 degrees Celsius. Now, this bright and cheerful forecast suggests that it will be a perfect day for outdoor activities. Now, on the other hand, on Redcliffe, Livingston, and Kampala, you can expect hotter weather here, expected to experience overcast skies accompanied by rain showers throughout the day. Temperatures in Kampala would be mild, around 25 degrees Celsius, as seen over here, making it relatively cool, perhaps refreshing somewhat, while Redcliffe will see slightly warmer conditions at around 28 degrees Celsius. Livingston is projected to have around 32 degrees Celsius, the hottest of the regions that we're looking at here today, even amidst the cloudy weather. Now, let's take a look at what's happening over in the United States. Let's go first to the East Coast in Atlanta. Residents can expect a day characterized by windy conditions, with gusts likely adding a brisk chill to the air. Now, temperature is forecasted to be around 21 degrees Celsius over in Atlanta, making it suitable for jackets or layers for those who want to go outside. Now, traveling westward, the weather takes a different turn over in Houston, Portland, and Seattle. Now, skies will be mostly cloudy in these areas. Rain showers are anticipated throughout the day, creating cozy atmosphere that may entice people to enjoy indoor activities more than outdoor ones. The temperature in Seattle will be on the cooler side, around 12 degrees Celsius over in the Evergreen State, and Portland is expected to be a bit milder with around 13 degrees Celsius being the temperature there. Houston does stand out, though, with a warmer climate reaching around 25 degrees Celsius. For a lot of people, that will be pleasant. That will be perfect for outdoor activities before the rain arrives. In contrast, Baltimore is expected to enjoy a beautifully sunny day with bright blue skies and a temperature of around 17 degrees Celsius. Now, this lovely weather represents an excellent opportunity for outdoor activities, whether it's a stroll in the park or gathering with family and friends. Let's check on Europe this time. Now, a diverse range of weather conditions is forecasted throughout Europe. Let's go to London town first. In London, it is set to experience predominantly overcast skies. Temperature will hover around a chilly 14 degrees Celsius over in London and leading to a rather crisp atmosphere. So residents and tourists may want to dress warmly and possibly carry an umbrella as a cloud cover may hint at potential rain later on in the day. Let's move on over to Switzerland, Geneva in particular, where they will enjoy partly cloudy conditions, providing a mix of sun and shade all throughout the day. Temperature is expected to be cool around 8 degrees Celsius. Mild weather could encourage outdoor activities, though a light jacket should be advisable, especially during the morning and evening hours. Let's take a look at Athens. Now, great weather here, stunning weather conditions in Athens, a significantly warmer temperature of around 28 degrees Celsius, or rather 18 degrees Celsius. Now, this pleasant warmth is ideal for exploring the city's historic sites or relaxing at outdoor cafes. Now, sunscreen and light clothing are recommended for those venturing out during peak daylight hours. Let's head on over to Rome itself. Now, residents will experience brisk weather conditions marked by gusty winds and a temperature of around 14 degrees Celsius. Now, the wind will make things feel cooler than the actual temperature, so make sure you layer up your clothing if you're going to visit Rome, and it is advisable for comfort when you wear those types of clothing in the city, especially in exposed areas. Now, also residents will be under a cloud cover with rain showers expected sporadically all throughout the day. Temperatures will remain cool at around 8 degrees Celsius. Now, residents should prepare for wet conditions by carrying waterproof clothing or an umbrella, particularly when venturing outdoors, which would make things feel a bit hotter, or cooler rather, than they actually are. And that's WeatherHQ for today. Join me again tomorrow, whatever the weather, only here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Have a great morning.